Welcome back, everybody. Here for another ROM review. This one here is another Marshmallow build, and this is Benzo Core. Yes, the maker of Benzo Core kernel and his very popular ROM. I know that this is not the first build of Benzo, but when I flashed the first build, I was not too thrilled with it, let me just say. It was a very solid build, just not my cup of tea as far as customizations went. This ROM has definitely changed from that. I'm going to be as quick as I can with this, but I'm going to warn you now, this is going to be a longer than normal video. There are a lot of features on this ROM, and I'm going to go over them all. So I need to let Demetrius Mendez, you need to either turn the volume off or watch another video. Alright, let's go ahead and get on with this. We will go into settings. By the way, I'm running Neat theme, Layers theme. This is a new build of the Neat Layers theme. This is not released yet. We are in the testing phase of it. When I say we, I mean they. All I do is test. I do nothing to do. I have nothing to do with building. I'm the dummy on the end that downloads it, tests it, and then gives multiple feedback. So that's my part of it. Those guys are the magicians. Um, I'll let you guys know right now. System UI Tuner, Super Sue, well, System UI Tuner, developer options, they are turned on by default. You do not have to turn them on. This also comes with Super Sue. You don't have to flash that. You don't have to download it. Anything like that. Everything's on the ROM. Let's go to About Phone. As you can see, this is for the Nexus 6. This is build 6.0. This is Benzo Core or Benzo ROM. And of course, the kernel is Benzo Core kernel. Go figure. He's the maker of the kernel, so he's going to run his kernel in his ROM. And it works. That's the magic of it. Benzo, whenever you get something like this, where the maker of a kernel also makes his own ROMs, it just works together perfectly. I don't recommend you flashing any other kernel. This thing just works. The build number on this is MRA58K. This is the October 25th or October 24th download, even though I downloaded it today. Yeah. Anyways, and SE Linux is permissive on this. Under developer options, advanced reboot is right up at the top where we normally are used to seeing it. Whoops, I don't want to go too fast. I want you guys to be able to see all the options in here. Where is... I must have really flew by that. Yeah, I did. And all the options on here are pretty standard, with the exception of course, you have your multi-window mode right there. This is about where you're normally going to find it. Is under developer options right underneath your Windows animations, scales, and all your settings for your animation settings. That's where you're usually going to find the multi-window. And that will do for that. I need a quick drink of energy drink. Okay, I was asked to show the accessibility options, so I am going to go ahead and show them. As you guys can see, the LMT, I'm not sure what that is. But one thing I'm going to tell you guys right now, I should probably hold off, but I'm going to go ahead and show you, is if I press and hold on the left side like this. Let's see right there, look at that. It's got pie features. Marshmallow with pie. Is that awesome or what? Date and time. It comes with the standard time setup, not 24-hour format. I appreciate that. I really love that. I hate it when it's 24-hour, but hey, that's the way it goes. Language and input. It does come with AOSP keyboard on it, and everything works on the AOSP keyboard. I did download Google Keyboard just because I left Google do my backups, and it downloaded it. One thing I will say that I noticed still about the AOSP keyboard, sometimes it does not throw the capital letter in when you need it to. Other than that, swiping and everything works on it. Of course, here's where you would go to set up your Google apps. Are here all of your Google apps, and to manage those apps and all that. This is where you would go. Security. Let's see here. It does come unknown sources already checked off, so you guys don't have to do that. If you flash the ROM and you need to, install an app right away, or if you're one of those people who do not install Google Apps and sideload everything, it's already set up by default with it on, so you don't have to go right into settings. Of course, there's your location settings. I highly recommend if you run Google Apps and you want to use the services the way they were meant to be used, you definitely want to go with at least the medium setting to high setting. I always choose the high setting. Yeah, it eats up a little more battery, but it's not. It is what it is. That's about all I can say. Let's see. Comes with tap and pay. From what I'm hearing though, tap and pay doesn't work unless you're non-rooted. So if you guys are running this and you want to use it, there's a way around it. You're going to have to search the XDA developer threads or Google it to find out how you do it. There's a way you have to drop your root and then enable it and then reroute after you've enabled it or something like that. But I'm sure if you guys Google it, you'll find it. I don't use it, so I don't worry about it. Then you have your users, your memory management, which is, I think, awesome. You can look in here and see what, of course, is using all of your RAM. Then we have our storage and USB right now. And guess what, guys? I actually have my USB dongle with me, which is an SD card reader. I am going to plug it in and let you guys see what it does. So I'm plugging it in now. It is flashing, so it's picking it up. I'm going to open it again, storage and USB, and as you guys can see, it has now picked up my USB drive. Now, I don't think that you can install apps from this, but basically what this allows you to do is browse what's on that SD card. I don't even think it really gives you options to move files or anything like that. I don't know. I haven't really played with it that much. I don't use this app at all. I use the Nexus Media Manager to move my apps around. But I just wanted you guys to see that's what it looked like. Under your sound and notifications, these are your settings for that. This is your settings for other sounds. And notification lights, and yes, they work. They work very, very well. And they're actually colored. It's great. It's just like Lollipop. I mean, you can set the color up the way you want it. You can set it for, I normally like to have it for very short and very fast. It's usually how I set mine up. So it blinks, blink, 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 blink. And it works very, very well. Hats off to Benzo team for that. And you have your battery LED lights. There they are. You can change them around if you want. You can tweak that. It's there. Let me see here, and that's about it. You do have your heads up notification. You can turn that off or on. I haven't turned it off yet. I'm still testing a couple features. I usually like to turn it off when I'm doing a video, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on for now. I want to see how the floating window works, or I want to see how that works. So the multi-window, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Display. Here are your display options. And underneath your display options, you have the theme. Right now, I'm running it in automatic. just because I'm running a theme that is basically dark. So I don't want it conflicting with that, and it will pick that up. And this will actually work with your wallpapers. So if you run a really light wallpaper, it'll it'll theme this light. It's really cool the way it works. Um, and if you put a dark or wallpaper on, like the one I'm running right now for the presentation, it actually thought that that was dark, and it automatically threw my settings into a dark mode. So, and it's not, it's about the same color as what you see right here on this theme. So it's not over the top, black, black, but it's pretty cool. So those are your settings in your display. Of course, you have your ambient display at the bottom if you so choose to use that. And if you do, you have your advanced doze options, and those are your advanced doze options. In case you guys are wondering, you can change your font size. Just pretty much on all the other ROMs you could too. All right. It does come with Layers Manager already on it. I'll let you guys know that. It comes with Kernel Auditor already on it. That way you can tweak that awesome Benzo kernel. And I am running the Mako hot plug on it. So it's my batteries so far has been really well since I flashed this. I haven't put it on the charger yet, and I'm only at 58%, and I've been just beating the crap out of this phone testing this ROM. So this ROM's pretty awesome so far. All right, everything that we've been waiting for. I am running the equalizer, which is Viper for Android. I did have to turn down my enable extra loud feature. This is like the third time I'm doing a video. The last video got crazy because I had that on. It was picking up every echo, every little noise. It got nuts. So I I disabled the extra loud feature this time. So it's working, guys. Your LCD density, you can change that if you want. I'm probably going to change it after the video because I like my lettering and my icons to be a little bit bigger. But I wanted you guys to see how this looked the way you flash it. So that's the reason I haven't changed it. Again, you have your Pi settings. There are a lot of settings underneath your Pi. You can go dual layer. You can pretty much set it up however you want. I'm not sure if you can change colors around on it. I haven't even really got into it that much to see. I don't use Pi. Um, I probably should. I hear a lot of good things about it, but I do know that LMT comes set by default. The first thing that's going to happen when you flash this ROM, it's going to LMT is going to ask for Super Sue. So you're going to have to grant it rights to super user. But these are all your Pi settings. I mean, there's a pile of them here. I was first introduced to LMT on my Galaxy Note 2 back when I was running custom ROMs on that, and it was pretty awesome. But I've kind of grown out of it, but it's there. It's awesome that it's there. I'm thinking this is the only ROM out now, at least at this point in time, that has Pi settings enabled under Marshmallow. I could be wrong, but I've tested a lot of Marshmallow ROMs, a lot, and I don't remember seeing any of them with Pi control. You have your wake lock blockers. You can enable them, and if you enable them, yes, I know, this is all what you can do with it. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you are unfamiliar with this, leave it alone. Just don't mess with it. You can really save your battery with this, and you can or you can really screw up your phone bad with that. So be careful with that. Under buttons, you have your power menu, your button end calls, which I like the power button to end my calls. I use that most of the time. These here are your options on your power menu. Sorry about how long this video is going, guys, but I mean, there's just a lot of features on here. And anybody that's watched my videos knows that I go over everything. So, Demetrius Mendez, if this is going too long for you, move on. Or shut the volume off because I know you don't like to hear me speak. So, shut the volume off or just watch another video. But to the rest of you guys, let's go on to the home button. This is where you would pick your launcher at. Right now, I'm running Nova 3.3 version. That's usually my go-to launcher. It does come with Trebuchet though. Lock screen options. Alright, you have the blur option, which I love. And you can set your blur intensity if you want. Let's go ahead and set that bad boy right on up to like 25. And I'll show you what it looks like. Oops, wrong one. Let's go ahead and turn the screen off. Turn the screen back on. Notice how blurry it is behind there. So it works. It works pretty well. Then you have your weather options. Yes, I want to show the weather, location, all that. The icons, I kind of like the V clouds. Let me see here. Yeah. Then you have your setup lock screen wallpaper, so you guys can choose a different wallpaper for your lock screen if you so choose. And then you can clear that and go back to just the regular stock look if you don't like it. So that's pretty cool. They have that in there. Nav bar. This is awesome here, guys. First off, they have the enable key. Then you have how to move the layout, which is something that Marshmallow has been missing since day one. Again, it's your standard format. You hit the edit button. You physically grab the button, move it where you want. Grab the other button, move it where you want. You hit save, and you're good to go. Or as they say in Britain, Bob's your uncle. Bam, there you go. So I'm going to edit that and put everything back to the way it was. Hit save, and good. This ROM's got a lot of features I really like. Let's see, notification drawer. Of course, you have your quick pull down. The only thing I'd like to really see on this is I'd really love to see the option to start putting more things into the quick pull down. I use that like I use an app drawer. In Lollipop, I use it more than I use my app drawer, to be honest with you. Some ROMs give you a custom button to where you can enable that button to pull up whatever you want. I use that, so that'd be nice to see it on Marshmallow. Then we have our recents. You can have your search bar on if you want. I don't like the search bar, but you know, it's my preference. It has the memory bar option if you want that. Basically, what that is, for those that don't know, at the very top there, underneath my clock, you'll see a pink bar that shows me how much of my memory is being used right now. I think it's either that or how much is free. I've got to look into it. Some ROMs are different the way they're set up. And then if you notice down here on my lower right is a clear all recents, and you can clear them all if you want. Okay, let's go into the status bar settings. You have your battery settings. These are basic, pretty much just like we had in a Lollipop. Pick what you want. Then you have your percentage. Pick what you want for that. I'm hoping my guys at my friends over at the 3 Minute Battery mod will get a mod made up for this. If they do, I may just keep this on my phone for a while. I kind of like this ROM. Then you have your carrier label, clock and date. These are your settings for your clock and date. And I love the idea that they gave you a color option for that. This is what I look for in a ROM, are those type of features. You have your alignment. I'd like to see them give you a left-handed side option. That would be cool. But again, Marshmallow is still in its infancy. Give it some time. I don't. Pretty basic. The rest of that there. Then you have your show weather if you want, and your temperature. That is where it shows the outside temperature based on the area that you live in. Oh, and your custom header image. I love this too. I have mine enabled. I don't have the poly HD image, and I'll show you the difference. Right now it shows an image of what it looks like, kind of like a real picture, and it goes by your time and day, the time of the day. Now, if I was to set the poly image on that, it will change. Well, it's not changing for me for some reason, but it gets a really funny look. Yeah, it's not going to change until I either back out of settings or go, whatever. But it will change, and it gets more of a digital look to it. It doesn't have that real picture look. I like that. I like it set up the way it is. If you guys may like the poly look, and you may want to set it up that way. Let's see. System UI Tuner. Basically, this is where if you want to move your quick settings in your quick pull down, you would basically just like say I would want to have my cellular data where I have my flashlight. I would just press hold, move, bam. You just changed it. Now, obviously, I like my flashlight there. That is my very first option, so that's where I'm going to put that. But that's how you do it. You just press, hold, slide, and you're good to go. Then your status bar items, you can pick and choose what you want to show or not show on your status bar by either enabling or disabling the toggles on the right hand side. There's quite a few to choose from there. And last but not least is the weather. And this is basically for the clock. I don't know why they say weather, unless this has to do with if this is all tied in. But this is where you would set up your weather. Again, it's stupid that it says clock, but anyways, you guys get the gist. That's pretty much it for Benzo. Benzo ROM 6.0. My thoughts on it are right now, I would have to say this ROM probably has the most features out there. So if you were looking for the most feature packed ROM out, it's between this and Cataclysm. My edge would definitely go towards this one just because of the kernel setup and the fact that this ROM is open sourced. Cataclysm is not open sourced. Some people care, some people don't. That's all in your own preference. That's not even really a concern of mine. I just think this ROM runs smoother. I think it's quicker. That would be my preference. Again, my preference. Your preference is going to be different. Again, if you want the wallpaper, this is a Zedge wallpaper. My tribute to Halloween this week. And if Mr. Beanstown 106 happens to do to release an update on the Pure Nexus project, I will be doing a video on that this week and releasing it. Basically, as soon as he releases it, there will be a release video of it from me. The only reason why I haven't already released a Marshmallow build from him is, again, it looks like every other Marshmallow build out there. Now, from what I read in his changelog, it's going to get exciting. So when it's released, I'll give it to you guys. I appreciate you watching my video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, it's YouTube. Do what you want to do there. If you have any comments, please post them. If you have a bad comment, be nice about it. Okay, guys. Don't be a jerk. You know, just think it over before you write it down. Because I get a chance to comment back to you. And you guys know I don't edit my videos. I tell you guys that beforehand. So, you have the option to not watch the video. But for those of you that do, and for those of you that subscribe, I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. I never thought ever that it would have grown to this. So I appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one.